Hello, my name is Kelly Dennis. I'm a licensed professional counselor, and I work with people who struggle with a lot of things, but one of the things I've noticed is stress. We all really struggle with stress, so I've created this YouTube channel with tips and techniques to teach you how to hopefully manage your stress better, learn to regulate your emotions, and just to lead a better life. So we all have something, a part of our brain called our primitive brain, otherwise known as the amygdala. And this part of our brain developed in order to help us in dangerous situations. It is in charge of the fight, flight, or freeze response that we have as human beings. And so when we're actually in danger, it is very adaptive and it works really well. It helps us to kind of shut down all the processes that we don't need, and it helps to sort of shut down any higher level thinking so that we can just go into survival mode and do what we need to do. You may have witnessed this or heard about this, like when people do these amazing feats in times of stress, like they lift a car off their son or whatever. There's a lot of things that are part of that, but one of them is the amygdala, the primitive brain, the fight or flight or freeze response. And so it's very adaptive, and back in the day, it was very useful. When we're really in danger, it's great, but when we're not actually in danger, it's not really helpful to have our amygdala, our fight or flight response, be triggered. And for a lot of people, that's what happens, is that even though they're not really in danger, their fight or flight response gets triggered. And there's lots of reasons for this that I won't go into today, but if you've suffered trauma, or you were raised in a chaotic, unpredictable kind of environment, or you're just sort of more sensitive to, to stress or anxiety, you can have this response be triggered when it doesn't need to be triggered. And so you end up feeling that, pounding heart rate, the shallow breathing, things might get sort of tunnel vision experienced. And really, in that point, we can't think clearly, and we really can't problem solve outside of that survival mode that I mentioned. And so, believe it or not, there are a lot of people in the world that experience this on a daily basis, multiple times a day. They are walking around in this heightened arousal state. And it's very distracting, and it's not good for your body because of the chemicals that are repeatedly dumped into your system. Like I said, it's meant to be a once and done, every now and then, when I'm in danger kind of thing, not all the time. So what I'd like to do today is to take you through a guided imagery experience that, if you practice it on a regular basis, will help to calm down your amygdala and help you to be able to not be quite so reactive and to be able to think about responses to situations a little more effectively. So if you'd like to do this with me today, get yourself into a comfortable position. You can be sitting up or lying down, whatever feels good to you. Sometimes people who have this heightened primitive brain response don't feel comfortable closing their eyes during guided imagery. It can be an anxiety-provoking kind of thing. So if that's the case for you, feel free to keep your eyes open, but just sort of soft focus someplace across from you so that you're not, your eyes aren't moving all around. They're focused on one thing. If you feel okay closing your eyes, certainly go ahead and do that. So let's begin by taking a nice deep breath in and letting it out. And then take another nice deep breath in and let it out. And one more time, deep breath in and let it out. And I'd like you to turn your attention inward now, focusing on what's happening inside of you. What do you notice? Trying not to be judgmental, just sort of curious about what's happening inside of you. What's your heart rhythm like? How's your belly feel? And then if you notice around your head and your neck and your shoulders, what does that feel like? Do you feel the urge to move around a little bit in that area and loosen things up? Go ahead and do whatever feels comfortable for you at this moment to make this a good experience. Notice what's happening in your upper back, in your chest, in your arms, in your diaphragm, and your lower back, in your hips, and the pelvic region, down into your legs, your knees, your calves, all the way down to your feet. What does it feel like to be in your body right now? To become aware of any heightened senses that you're noticing as we go through this experience. Sometimes when you're relaxing or you're focusing inward, your sense of smell can be heightened, or your sense of hearing can be heightened. Your sense of touch, you might be aware of many nerve endings on your body. Perhaps you notice how your body feels as you're sitting in the chair or lying down. You can feel whatever's connecting with your body. You might notice how your feet feel as they rest on the floor. So whatever you're noticing, just be curious. And breathe deeply and slowly, or in whatever way feels comfortable to you. Just being curious about your experience. And perhaps allowing your mind to wander to a time when you felt carefree. And if there's nothing that's popping up in your mind, you might want to create a time where you think you might feel carefree. Imagine a place or a situation where you would feel light and it would seem effortless to be there. Nothing to bother you and nothing to disturb you. Allow your mind to wander in this carefree sense of existence. Just allowing whatever comes in to come in. And I don't know where your mind might be wandering. And that's okay. As long as you're feeling somewhat carefree and light, wherever you are in whatever you're imagining. Perhaps a peaceful place of tranquility, while your body's relaxing and your mind is curious. Breathing in whatever way feels comfortable. Feeling safe, easy, and calm. Tranquil and confident. Breathing and releasing and enjoying, feeling carefree and tranquil, allowing peace and safety, deserving of this gift of tranquility you're giving to yourself right now in this moment. Appreciating whatever experience you're having, being curious, noticing, observing, perhaps feeling floaty, peaceful, calm. It's almost restful in this place. And as you're appreciating this experience, whatever it is, and breathing easily and comfortably, I want you to know that even though you might have an overactive, primitive brain, an easily triggered fight or flight response, you can deeply and completely accept and love yourself in this moment. Feeling calm, feeling peaceful, and deserving of rest. Even though you might have to practice this particular technique, you can deeply and completely accept and appreciate yourself in this moment. And now feeling confident and self-assured, lighthearted, and ready to face whatever the rest of your day holds. Take a nice deep breath in and let it out, and wiggle your fingers and your toes, waking up your body in whatever way feels comfortable to you, and knowing that you can come back here as often as you would like. I'm Kelly Dennis. Be well and have a wonderful day.